The Middle East has always had a rich abundance of natural resources, although which resources are coveted and valued has changed over time. Today, abundant petroleum fields dominate the area's economy. The region has vast oil, petroleum, and natural gas resources. Due to these reserves, the Middle East and North Africa is an important source of global economic resources. Israel's economy offers differed markedly from other Middle Eastern North African countries due to its lack of significant oil and gas resources, relying instead on high-tech industries and innovation. Unlike many of its neighbors, Israel is not an energy exporter. Instead, the economy is largely centered around industrial manufacturing, diamond cutting, and technology. These quotes are from reputable organizations who all claim Israel has a lack of natural resources, like PBS's Global Connections Natural Resources, the Council on Foreign Relations, and Investopedia, Middle East and North Africa countries and economy. Is the claim that Israel has a lack of natural resources really true? In this week's Torah portion, we study the mitzvah of Bikurim, the mitzvah to bring one's first grown and choicest fruits to the temple and give it to the Kohen. The Torah portion stated, when you enter the land that your God is giving you as a heritage, you shall possess it and settle in it. You shall take some of every first fruit of the soil you harvest from the land that your God is giving you, put it in a basket, and go to the place where God will choose to establish his divine name. You shall go to the Kohen in charge at that time and say to him, I acknowledge this day before your God that I have entered the land, and God swore to our fathers to assign us. The Kohen shall take the basket from your hand and set it down in front of the altar of your God. In his commentary to this verse, Rashi wrote, one gives their first fruits, but not all the first fruits, for not all the fruits are subject to the obligation of bringing to the temple their first fruits, only the 7 kinds of products in the land of Israel alone. For we find the phrase the land in our verse, and in the verse that enumerates the 7 fruits of Israel, it also uses the word the land, as it includes a land of wheat and barley, etc. This suggests an analogy that the fruits of the land referred to here are those enumerated there. What is it that Scripture is speaking of there? Of the 7 products through which the land of Israel is distinguished. So too here it speaks only of the distinguished products of the land of Israel, which are the 7 species only. Earlier in the Torah we learned that your God is bringing you into a good land, a land with streams and springs and fountains issuing from plain and hill, and a land of wheat and barley, vines, figs, pomegranates, a land of olive trees and honey, which means dates. In his commentary on these verses that mention the 7 fruits of the land of Israel, the Bechor Shor wrote that the 7 species mentioned in the Bible are special crops in the land of Israel, and within these 7, there are many varieties. For example, spelt and emmer are types of wheat, and oats are a type of barley. The land of Israel produces many fruits and vegetables. The Vilna Gaon explained the 7 species are all means of nourishment that sustains human beings. Contrary to the organizations that saw the land of Israel lacking natural resources because it doesn't boast fossil fuels like the lands that surround it, the Torah in its commentaries explain the land of Israel boasts the resources people actually need, nourishment. Oil and petroleum might produce great wealth today, but eventually they will either run out or no longer be used. Israel will never face that problem. Shabbat Shalom.